it's Trisha, Knitting Lady. I make videos of the weirdest stuff, don't I? Anyway, I was wondering what they were going to do with this one pole that's been almost hanging there like the Tower of Pisa. I never wanted to pass it because I thought a strong wind would knock it over. Well, they're taking the pole out. They're getting ready for construction. And they put something up. I think it's going to be a light. It's hard to see. I can see better. So they're finally getting rid of that one pole. It was connected to wires. I don't think the wires were active. Well, I hope they weren't. So that's about it. It's Tuesday morning and I'm trying to get going. But I did manage to dye my hair this morning, so that's good. What I had done is I wrote out what is in each binder. So I remembered I'd owed somebody a sock pattern, so I just copied that and we'll send it out. But I have a lot of patterns on the computer I haven't printed out. So, and then when whenever I go to do something, I can't find something I really like. Isn't that always the case? Hi, it's Trisha, Knitting Lady again. And I do try to stay organized. What I did was I organized all my printed patterns into binders. Now you can see one is just Kristen Amda, and the one all the way to the right is baby and children patterns. So let me just show you what I did to show what's in each binder. One moment. It's me again. I got my hair cut yesterday, and I colored it this morning. I'm sorry, I'm not ready to go gray yet. I started going gray when I was 30, and that's when I started dyeing my hair, highlighting it, whatever. My hair naturally is dark brown, but I was going a lighter blonde, and I realized it washes me out, so a little darker for the time being. Let's see how long this lasts. Anyway, I have somebody mad at me. Salvador. I missed his birthday. It was May the 11th. That was the day I was traveling to Chattanooga. All those hours in the car. All those hours in the car, you think he would have reminded me. And he's mad at me, see? He's not happy. So it was May 11th, and he was born in 1904. So what would that make him? I know he's over 100 years old. I'll have to figure it out. But I have an idea, Salvador. If I get to St. Petersburg in Florida when I go down there, we can go to your museum. There's a museum dedicated to Salvador Dali in St. Petersburg. So I have to check it out. What do you think? I don't know. He's not happy. I know I made a big deal about Vincent's birthday. I didn't make a big deal about Salvador. And Salvador is younger than Vincent. So we will see. Anyway, you didn't hear from me yesterday. I'm sure you didn't miss me. I don't know, you ever get the feeling when you like go on somebody's channel that they really don't want you there? I don't know, maybe it's my insecurity, but you know, everybody answers questions about things and I can't help it. I have an issue with food. There's a lot of things I can't eat. It's a drag. I can't have chocolate. They found out I was allergic to chocolate when I was 11. I was in and out of hospitals because I getting pains like appendicitis. And that's what happens to me if I eat chocolate. So people say, don't you get tempted? No. No, not that amount of pain, I don't. It's just the way it is. I had a friend, I haven't heard from him in years. I went to college with him. He had seizures if he ate chocolate. So I'm glad I don't get that. It's happened. So you just don't eat chocolate. Anyway, it's cocoa. It's the cocoa butter, anything like that I can't have. So people say, well, why can't you eat white chocolate? Well, I looked at the ingredients and it says cocoa butter. I can't have it. If it's made just with milk and sugar, sometimes they make white chocolate like that, then I can have it. But otherwise, no. So, what kind of trivia can we talk about? Today's the 18th. We didn't talk about trivia yesterday. There was some trivia from the 16th, and that was about Jim Henson in the Muppets. I always loved the Muppets. When I went to Disney World, I had to see the Muppet Show a couple times. I don't even know if they have it anymore. But Jim Henson died on May 16th, 1990. And he invented the name Muppet. It's a cross between marionette and puppet. His first program was Sam and Friends, and it ran from 1955 to 1961. And it featured the original version of Kermit the Frog. And George Lucas consulted Henson and created Yoda. So that's interesting. So then we go to the 17th. And did you know atheism is punished with death, the death penalty in 13 countries, which makes me wonder about all these people from the left trying to push, you know, push God out of the schools and everything else. And I'm not very religious, but I don't believe that it should be pushed out of everything. Okay, what else can I tell you about? The 17th was May 17th, 1962, was the day Craig Ferguson was born. I always liked his show. Of course, he's not on anymore. 1956 is Bob Sajak. 1956 was Sugar Ray Leonard. My brother was always a boxing fan, so he liked Sugar Ray. And on May 17, 1792, New York Stock Exchange was founded by brokers meeting underneath a tree on what is now Wall Street. My son used to work on the floor of the stock exchange. One of the companies he worked for. He worked in finance for years. Now he works in cybersecurity, but his finance background has helped him with that because he deals a lot with banks. So, oh, there was something else. So that's about the New York Stock Exchange. The oldest stock exchange in the United States, the first stock exchange, was in Philadelphia. That was founded in 1790. But the center of economic power shifted from Philadelphia to New York. So that's why the New York Stock Exchange is more well-known. The Bank of New York was founded by Alexander Hamilton. I don't know if any of you read that biography of Alexander Hamilton by Ron. No, I should know his last name. Anyway, it's excellent. They based the musical on that. book. It was really a good book. I read a lot of biographies. I know when people ask me, what are your favorite books? I can't help it. I read biographies. My favorite book of all time is, I can't remember the name of it. All the King's Men by Robert Penn Warren. And that was loosely based on Huey Long from, I think it was Louisiana. But I like books about politics. I have a degree in political science. I've always been fascinated by that. I'm not saying I want to go into political office, trust me. But I've always been fascinated by politics. I can't help it. I know it's boring, but I like it. Anyway, the Bank of New York became the first stock listed on New York Stock Exchange. And it's still fully operational in New York, in Manhattan. And the bank provided the U.S. government its first loan in 1789. The loan was orchestrated by Hamilton, who was Secretary of the Treasury, and it paid the salaries of President Washington and United States Congress members. The agreement was signed under a buttonwood tree, which I like trees, but I had never known that. And I have to look up a buttonwood tree now. And the agreement is on display on the 7th floor of the stock exchange, and it's called the Buttonwood Agreement. Until 1903, each day was opened up at the stock exchange by ringing a Chinese gong, but was replaced by 2 brass bells, but that was considered too loud. So 4 bells are used now to represent the 4 parts of the stock exchange. And they ring each day to open up the stock exchange at 9:30 a.m. and they close it at 4 p.m. And they ring in the morning. They're rung for 10 seconds and 15 seconds at closing. And there are guests that sometimes open up the stock exchange. So on a 3-day weekend at 3:33 p.m., the traders shout, whoop, whoop, signaling that there's a 3-day weekend coming up. And guests are invited to ring opening bell, which I had already noted. So I've always been interested in the stock exchange. I still look at stocks. But on this day, May 18th, it's the birthday of Tina Fey. She was born in 1970. Reggie Jackson, remember Reggie Jackson from the Yankees? He was born in 1946. And Pope John Paul II was born on this day in 1920, but he passed away in 2005. Also on this day in 1980, Mount St. Helens, the volcano in Washington erupted, leaving 57 people dead or missing. Now, usually they feature some kind of trivia for each day, and I thought the trivia would be about Mount St. Helens, but it wasn't. It was about the musical Les Mis, which I didn't think was that important, but I've seen the musical. In fact, I like the musical, but... So that's about it for trivia. I think I covered... Oh, I didn't cover one thing, and I knew the answer to this. And I'll tell you why I knew the answer. Edward Teach is better known as what famous person? And he was better known as Blackbeard the Pirate. His nickname was from his thick black beard. And his reign of terror only lasted 2 years. That's American colonies. He used to tie his black beard tied with ribbons and then twisted into braids. And he was referenced in Robert Louis Stevenson's book, Treasure Island. Now, Wilmington has a few breweries, and one a couple blocks from me is Edward Teach Brewery. So I knew that. I've been in there. Their beer's okay. You know, it's funny how these small craft beer breweries are popping up all over the place, even different cities. When we went to Kansas City, Missouri, they were there. We went to one in St. Louis. What was that called? Four Hands. But we have quite a few here in Wilmington. So you could actually go from one to another and drink different beers, of course. I don't know. They have this, they have that in a lot of cities where they have like a bus or people pedal. I don't know if you see them. They pedal along, go from brewery to brewery. So that's about it. There's nothing else, much else going on except my usual, which I don't want to go into. So, I hope everybody's doing fine. I have to go back and do some more putting together stuff. I'm not going to use the word that you're going to get sick of hearing. I'm going to meet up Sunday. If all goes well and I get down to Naples, okay, with someone I went to grammar school with. So I found, she's going to be really surprised, I found our class photo. There we were, sitting at the same table. I'm in the middle, she's at the end. So cute. We were, what, five years old in kindergarten? Oh, she's going to be surprised. So, I hope everybody's doing okay, and I'll see you later. Bye.